Your mother will be super proud of you. You've grown so beautiful.
You know, I've been thinking about what you said last time. It really got me reflecting on some things. One
Guy, you're rich, handsome, but alone. Why won't you remarry? Because the woman I loved died, giving me Ada, my child. Love won't raise a baby alone, Nicole. Then I'll learn. Pampers, feeding, sleepless nights, all of it. And when she grows and stops listening, my daughter will never disrespect anyone.
I need to tell you something about my teachers. They're not listening to us, and it's not fair. I feel like they're just ignoring what we need.
So your daughter talks to teachers like servants.
My father has never touched me.
Don't try it.
Who punished my child?
Sir, you didn't raise a daughter. You raised a queen who fears no one.
What have I done?
In the heart of the bustling city of Umuokoro, there was a man named Mr. Nicholas who was widely known for his immense wealth, muscular physique, and captivating charm. With his sleek black hair, well-tailored suits, and an aura that demanded respect, he seemed like the embodiment of success. However, beneath the surface of his grandeur, there was a man haunted by sorrow. Mr. Nicholas had once been a loving husband, married to the woman he adored, Ngozi. Their union had been one blessed by prosperity, but it was short-lived. Ngozi, the love of his life, passed away shortly after giving birth to their only child, a beautiful baby girl they named Ada. The grief of losing his wife left Mr. Nicholas was devastated, but his love for his daughter kept him grounded. Ada became the center of his world. He poured all his energy into raising her. No task was too difficult for him. He learned to fix her pampers, make her food, and even take on the house chores. The once muscular and successful businessman became a single father, determined to raise his daughter with love and care. He would comb her hair, dress her for school, and ensure she had everything she needed. Ada was everything to him. His best friend, Chidi, often came around to offer support, suggesting that Mr. Nicholas hires a nanny to help with Ada's upbringing. But Mr. Nicholas, in his stubbornness, refused. He believed that raising Ada on his own was his responsibility, and no one would do it better than him. Chidi understood, but still insisted, believing it was too much for one person. They would often laugh and play games after their deep conversations about life, money, and responsibility. They both had wealth, but they lived modestly, grounded in their own values. As the years passed, Ada grew into a lively child. On her first birthday, Mr. Nicholas threw a lavish party, a celebration like no other. It wasn't just a birthday party, it was a celebration of life, of survival, and of the love he had for his daughter. Ada's giggles filled the house, and Mr. Nicholas watched her play with a heart full of joy. By the time Ada turned 5, she had already started school, and Mr. Nicholas ensured she had the best education. Every morning, he prepared her food, packed her lunch, and dressed her in the most elegant school uniforms. Ada, like her father, had grown attached to him. She never wanted to be away from him, often clinging to him whenever he left for work or errands. Her world revolved around her father. At the age of 8, Ada was enrolled in a prestigious school. Mr. Nicholas would often sit in the school meetings, listening intently as teachers praised Ada for her intelligence and creativity. But things took a turn when Ada reached high school. By then, Ada was no longer the sweet, innocent girl her father once knew. She had grown into a rebellious teenager, one who thought she could do whatever she pleased. Her schoolmates had already nicknamed her Ajebo girl because of her rich upbringing and sense of entitlement. She carried herself like royalty, expecting others to treat her as such. Her arrogance was only overshadowed by her father's doting love. Ada's behavior at school became increasingly troubling. She would speak disrespectfully to her teachers, refusing to listen to authority. When teachers tried to correct her, she would always threaten them, saying, "My father has never laid a finger on me, and if you do, I will report you to him." No other student dared to challenge her, for Ada's father, Mr. Nicholas, was a man of immense influence, and the teachers feared his wrath. One day, Ada's English teacher punished her for her disruptive behavior in class. The class was stunned. How could the Ajebo girl be punished? They whispered. Ada immediately called her father, her voice trembling with rage. Dad, they punished me. I don't know why they did it. They can't do that to me. Without hesitation, Mr. Nicholas rushed to the school, his anger boiling over. He stormed into the principal's office, demanding that the teacher be fired immediately. He could not fathom how anyone could treat his daughter in such a manner. But the principal, a wise and experienced woman, calmly sat him down. Mr. Nicholas, she began, her voice soft but firm. I understand you love your daughter, but you are spoiling her. She doesn't respect anyone, not even her teachers. You have created a monster. If you keep indulging her like this, she will never learn how to respect others. Her words hit Mr. Nicholas like a slap to the face. He had never considered that he might be part of the problem. His love for Ada had blinded him to her growing sense of entitlement. Thank you, Principal, he said, his voice barely above a whisper. I will take it from here. He returned home that day, his mind filled with turmoil. He felt conflicted, angry at Ada's behavior, yet unsure of how to fix it. As days passed, Chidi came over and noticed Ada's deteriorating attitude. He too had been concerned for a while but had never voiced it. He gently spoke to Mr. Nicholas. You need to do something about her, my friend. She's out of control. She doesn't listen to anyone. I think it's time we sent her somewhere where she can learn some humility. Mr. Nicholas was frustrated. I don't know what to do, Chidi. I've tried everything. I can't seem to reach her. Chidi suggested, maybe you should take her to the village. Let her stay with her grandmother for a while. Maybe that will help her learn some discipline. At first, Mr. Nicholas dismissed the idea. No, she'll hate it. She'll never survive. I've spoiled her too much. But as the days went by, the suggestion began to gnaw at him. Maybe it was time for Ada to learn a lesson in humility. Reluctantly, he agreed to send her to the village. Ada was devastated when she learnt about her father's decision. She cried and begged, but Mr. Nicholas remained firm. Ada, you've forgotten where you come from. It's time for you to learn some respect. Maybe your grandmother can teach you that. And so, Ada was sent to the village to stay with her grandmother. The village was a far cry from the luxurious life she was used to. Gone were the comforts of a mansion, the modern technology, and the privilege of being waited on hand and foot. Here in the village, life was simple, but it was also hard. At first, Ada resisted. She refused to help with any chores. She wouldn't sweep the compound, wash the dishes, or even help in the kitchen. The children in the village would laugh at her, calling her city girl and mocking her inability to do anything for herself. But Grandma was patient. She didn't yell at Ada or scold her. She simply allowed her to be. Gradually, Ada began to change. One morning, she woke up and decided to sweep the compound, wash the dishes, and tidy up the house before her grandmother even woke up. When Grandma saw the change, she smiled. Ada, I'm proud of you, she said softly. I knew you could do it. Months went by, and Ada continued to grow. She learned how to cook, how to walk the land, and how to appreciate the simpler things in life. When her father visited, he was astonished at the change he saw in his daughter. He found her cooking a meal for her grandmother, and for the first time in years, he felt pride. Thank you, Grandma, he said, his voice thick with emotion. I couldn't have done it myself. You've changed her. Ada, now a humble and respectful young lady, returned to school with a new attitude. She apologized to her English teacher, and the other students who had once mocked her were now eager to be her friends. The once Ajebon girl had learnt what it meant to respect others. From that day forward, Ada's life was transformed. She was no longer the spoiled child who got everything she wanted. Instead, she was a young woman who understood the value of hard work, humility, and respect. And Mr. Nicholas, having learnt a valuable lesson himself, was finally at peace. He had done what was best for Ada, even if it meant letting go of his own desires and pride. His love for her had guided him, and in the end, it was the right decision.